2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
We had a great show today. We caught up with Nicodemou, who is celebrating 25 years on Home and Away. 25 years in the
awesome.
Bay. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Lovely chat.
A few people got stuck on trains yesterday, actually, which is disappointing, but we'll keep carrying on.
And we asked the big question, are you a hero or are you a hypochondriac? Shaun?
That was a good one. Hero. I'm hearing loud and clear.
Shaun is a self-declared hero, but the rest of his family would like to have a say.
By the way, we also get Ross involved when he was talking about what he does with his Lululemons, Natalie.
I don't think it's weird. I think other people do it too.
I can smell you from here.
No, you can't.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun. 937.
It's 6:07. Nathan and Shaun. Ross in for Nathan again today. Hello, Ross.
Hello. How's everyone's weekend, Shawnee?
Wonderful, Ross.
Pretty good on Channel 7 yesterday. So you were there.
What do you mean pretty good?
Well, I didn't see it, but I trust his skills.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ross.
And he said
started.
great.
Thank you, Natalie. Started down in the boundary line, and we had to interview Justin Longmuir to kick things off. And he came up to me and he goes, "What are you doing with all that makeup on?"
do they do it for you, or do you have to pay yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our good friend Gail was
we love Gail.
at the Oval yesterday. She's an amazing lady. We met through Channel 9 and various things we've done over the journey.
Yeah.
And I did say to Gail, Natalie was so happy that you saved her niece the other day.
Yeah, that's right. She did my
preparing
niece's
for the ball
makeup when the other makeup artist pulled out with a week to go. So all the crevices were filled, and what happened? What did she do? Like, she get the back filler out?
Clearly. And Justin, he couldn't wait to just give me a quick one before we started on TV.
Yeah. Well, you can tell when you're close up. I don't know. Can you tell on the TV? Not really.
No, it looks right on the TV.
I got to say, last week my brother rang me and said, "Oh, you did pretty good on the telly," and he goes, "Except Jodie, that's my sister-in-law, asked me if you'd had Botox." I was like,
but that's a compliment.
Okay, this is going well.
That suggested that your face was smooth and wrinkle-free, and you're incapable of making an expression.
I never saw the positives in it, Nat, but thank you.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I talked on Friday about the fact that noise is happening.
Yes, absolutely. Nat, with the bridges getting done in Fremantle.
If you live in the Fremantle area, you are hearing all day a repetitive clanging metallic noise, which is them driving massive pylons into the riverbed because they're replacing the old traffic bridge. And I realised that was a bit negative, and I shouldn't, I don't want to be the one that's just whinging about things. So
it was accurate, though.
Over the weekend, I had the joy of hearing so clearly the concerts that were happening at the Fremantle Arts Centre. Could you hear them?
I was going to text you last night. Because that was unbewillible.
Yes. So we could hear, it was Fat Freddy's drop, and so clearly, like we were there. I heard him wishing somebody a happy birthday. Like that, it was
Fat Freddy's
drop. They're a New Zealand band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try and find something.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we could, I think when the prevailing winds are blowing the right way, you hear everything. You could hear it at your house. You're even further away.
Matt,
How clear was it?
It was so clear, and I was thinking, well, if I'm hearing it this well, they're playing in your lounge room.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It was honestly so clear, and I thought, why would you spend money to buy a ticket when I can just enjoy it? So I can soak it up like I'm there.
Wandering Eye?
Hey, sure. I mean, I'm not overly familiar with Fat Freddy drops.
I haven't played it.
Did they play two?
They played, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, my God.
So did you think you were listening to different artists Saturday and Sunday? Or
Yeah. I was just like, geez, it's busy down there. And then last night was the kicker for me because it's a Sunday night. And I'm like, oh, my God.
You
Do we need this?
The crowd were loving it because you could hear the cheers. Honestly, it was so clear.
This is pretty cool.
It's pretty chill.
Yeah, you feel relaxed.
I mean, how many people are going to be stoned watching this down at Fremantle?
Didn't want to say it.
I mean, yes, if I breathed in while I was walking the dog, I probably could have had that experience. It's
Pretty cool, though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not all just whinging about the noise. Sometimes I'm celebrating the noise. Take it away, Fat Freddy's drop.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
We had our premier cookie in here recently. We also had Anthony Albanese, and both people came in and we talked about manufacturing stuff in WA and or in Australia.
Yes.
It
That's
future-proofs us.
Yeah, also, it provides jobs. And, yeah.
It's a good idea.
And we've got the raw materials.
So recently when the WA government was working on Metronet, they decided to make sure that some of the trains were built here instead of getting them from overseas. Well, it turns out it's a great idea for jobs and money and stuff like that, but our trains keep faltering. The C1 series trains that
the C series trains, yeah. So on the way home from the footy last night, there were trains that were just stalling, essentially.
Yeah, there's a couple stalled in some of the tunnels going around the place, one up near Whitfords, I believe.
Yeah, and that's problematic because if one train stalls, it's not like you can go around it.
What do you do to a stalled train? You got to push start?
Push it. Everybody gets out.
Everyone gets out.
Yeah. You hope you're on a hill so you can hill start.
Yeah. God, that was good fun, by the way, jump starting your car.
Yeah, when I was a student, my car would routinely not start. I had a starter motor thing. You'd either have to bang it with a hammer while you're starting it, or I just lived on a hill, and so I would literally just roll start it every morning.
But you have to I have a Toyota Tarago, and it went all the time. But you have to have multiple people push it, and then it does the jerk.
Yeah.
And you really
Kind of coughs to life.
But if you get it, it's a real sense of accomplishment.
It's huge.
Yeah, so those train people would have loved when they got that train going.
Well, the thing,
100%.
Rita Saffioti said that with every rollout of every series of train, the A and the B, presumably, that they've been, teething problems. And that's what this is. That no more than any of the other series, she reckons.
Look, I'm
Nothing
okay with
to do with the fact that it's made here, Shaun.
But the fact that, that's because I drove to the ground yesterday, but the fact that when you're waiting there after a game and if your team's lost, which happens yesterday for the Fremantle Dockers, and you're waiting to get on a train, all you want to do is go home.
If you're a Sydney supporter, though, it feels really good, doesn't it, Bella? So Bella is our assistant producer. Approach the microphone, Bella. You went to that game.
Hello,
dressed in all your Sydney gear because you're a Sydney girl through and through.
Oh, there's lots of little spots of red in this sea of purple.
Did you fear for your life on the train on the way home?
No, we were straight on and it took off. And actually we had a carriage with a lot of Sydney supporters. I don't know what it is about the western suburbs, but it's
They're all
the
Sydney
red
siders.
theme.
They all went over to university there, Nat.
You know what it is? They sold their one-bedroom flat in some outer-lying suburb and could afford to live in Netherlands.
Did you get heckled or did you do any heckling?
No, I don't. I was just saying to Amy before, this is going to sound really wussy, but I don't like the booing. Come on, guys, grow up. I don't know.
Yeah, I get you. But it's footy as well, so Shaun, you'd probably get into the booing.
No, in the crowd. No, I'm not a booer. My mum
not a booer, but you're like,
she's probably not a booer, but she's definitely a yeller.
Like an abuser.
Yeah. I copped that all my life.
Only because he deserved it, though.
Yeah, probably.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Tired this morning when I came in. I know everyone is on a Monday morning, it's not much fun. But I woke up at about 1 o'clock last night. And I was sitting there just thinking, why did I wake up so quickly and I'm unable to go to sleep? And it normally happens to me when I get sick. I wake up in the middle of the night and then some kind of fever gets me or whatever the case is, and that's it. I know I'm
Disco
gone.
fever?
Absolutely. Disco fever is one of the main things. And that's why I stopped going to metros. the only reason. Otherwise, you would see me there.
Discotheque in our lives. Yes. So
anyway, I was laying there and I started feeling really ill. And I felt like I had Indian for dinner. It was takeaway. And it was coming up on me. So I got up.
A bit of reflux. Or you felt like you were going to throw up.
A combination of both. So I got up, had a drink of water, got back into bed, and then I really felt like it was just sitting there and it was not far from coming up. So I woke up Megan. I don't even know why I did this.
Oh, lucky Megan.
I woke up Megan and I said, you need to give me a bucket. I think I'm going to be sick.
Don't you have like a ensuite a few steps away?
Yeah.
I just wake up your wife.
Realise, what did I do that for?
Not that I know the layout of your bedroom intimately, but still, there is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it did go through my head, Nat, that if I don't make it there, it's going to go on the carpet. What happens if I'm just go through the one? You know those times when you're sick and all you can do is put your head to the side and go, ugh.
But we've seen how quickly you can move, like when you're late to read the sport and stuff. You can move pretty quickly. I reckon with the right motivation, you could move quickly enough to make it to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fair call. It probably wasn't a great move. So anyway, Megan gets out of bed. She comes back, puts her bucket down next to me, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. I'm going any minute now. But the other stress that came over me after now I'm going to be sick is that tomorrow I'm going to have to ring Amy and Dave and tell them I can't get in. Nat's going to be left by herself. Ross is going to be pressing the buttons, and Nat's going to be doing most of the talking.
Monologue.
What are you going to do? How are these guys going to get through?
Is it nice that Shaun thinks of you as soon as he's sick now?
So thoughtful.
So there's that part of it, and then for the next...
Do I have to go and get you a bucket?
Yes, please. And for the next 10 minutes, then I'm going, oh, no. Last time I was sick, it lasted for days, so that means I can't go swimming. I won't be able to go to the gym.
Yep.
I'm going to lose weight because I won't be able to eat.
That thought is like next level. You are really thinking hard. If you're like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose my muscle that I've worked so hard on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of this little feeling I'm feeling right now at 1 a.m.
There's not enough creatine in the world that can get me through this.
That's right, Nat.
So, were you sick? Did you actually throw up?
No, I didn't.
He told us his story this morning, but you're here, though.
That's right. And you know what? I gutsed it out. And I decided...
There was nothing wrong with you.
There's nothing to gut.
Must have been because I asked for a bucket. I had to be sick.
But you weren't sick.
I know, but here's the thing. I think because I was really concerned about how the morning would play out with you and possibly leaving you guys to your own devices for the next 3 days, that I...
Oh, you think you willed it away?
Willed it away.
You don't
willed
think...
it away.
See, we think there was nothing wrong with you in the first place, but you think you willed it away.
In your head, you're in a halftime huddle. You got this. You could stick it out, you know.
You're Dipper playing in the grand final with broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Yeah, I'll do this, no problem.
You did it.
Absolutely.
But nothing was wrong. Nothing was wrong.
So I want to ask people out there.
You look fine.
We're looking for heroes or hypochondriacs.
She's a fine line.
Now,
and I think perhaps it's just, which angle you're looking at it from.
Yeah, that's right. You thought you were a hero. The person you were living with thought you were a complete hypochondriac. Or the people you work with.
I think the running theme is going to be the person involved calls themselves a hero and everybody else called them a hypochondriac. Because you're okay. Have you had breakfast yet?
I had a protein shake this morning, yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah,
But I just willed my way through it.
There's no way.
Many people would not be at work today and or for the rest of the week.
You've staved off gastro with your mind. Your first thing would not be to have a protein shake at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Okay, maybe a hypochondriac then.
Well, let's go to Jan in Henley Brook. Good morning, Jan.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Good, Jan.
Jan, hero or hypochondriac? How does it work for you?
My husband thought I was a hypochondriac.
Yeah?
So I woke up in the morning and I woke him up and I said, I'm struggling to breathe. And he said, go and have a glass of water.
That should do it.
That fixes everything.
That does. So I went to the kitchen and I had a glass of water and it got worse. So I yelled at him. I said, I'm in trouble. I'm really struggling to breathe. So he yelled out, have another glass of water.
Oh, my God.
He's not helpful.
Why not 2 glasses of water?
Because she can't
my
breathe.
God.
And
I couldn't breathe.
So
he gets up and gets dressed and goes off to work and leaves me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do? So I rang the doctor and they said, we're fully booked. And I said, but I'm struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
And they said, I'll come and we'll see if we can fit you in. And I was sitting in the waiting room and the doctor came out, took one look at me, grabbed me, pulled me into the room and yelled to the receptionist, call an ambulance.
Oh.
They called an ambulance and I was in hospital for a week with pneumonia.
Oh, my God. Jan.
Yeah, so I wasn't a hypochondriac.
No.
Okay, so when you explained to your husband that you were actually deathly ill, what was his reaction?
You'll be right.
Well, that's it. Tough as old boots, Jan is.
Yeah, just have another glass of water.
Yeah, that's right. She's well hydrated, but she can't breathe. Shaun, just to clear it up.
Yes.
Hero. Jan's a hero.
Did she will it away like me, though? That's what we've got to keep coming back to, guys.
Claire's in Perth. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning.
Hi,
All
Claire.
right, we're trying to find the difference between a hero and a hypochondriac. Claire, what have you got for us?
Okay, well, it's me. I'm the hypochondriac.
Oh.
So I was a week out of a cesarean, and I'm at home, and I start to get this intense pain down in my C-section wound.
Yes.
And I'm carrying on. I'm like, oh, my God, this is intense. Get me in the shower. My husband's like, okay, get in the shower. I'm in the shower. I'm on my knees. I'm crying. I'm screaming. I'm biting the metal towel rail. I'm like, there's something wrong. Something's happening. And he's like, okay. I'm like, call my mum. So he calls my mum, who lives around the corner. My mum races over, and she's like, oh, my God, we need to call an ambulance. I think maybe her wounds, something's opened up.
Yep.
And I'm, call an ambulance. So he calls an ambulance. I'm still biting the towel rail. And then I get on my hands and knees, and I'm crying, and I'm like, there's something happening. There's something happening. And my mum's like, what? And she's trying to rub my back. And I'm like, I think I'm going to poo. And next minute, this little hard rock pebble just shoots out my bum, and I was constipated. That was it.
So just to be clear,
we called off the ambulance, and I just had to do a little poo, guys.
Sean, perhaps that's what you needed to do.
Maybe that's the key.
Claire, I know that birth is one of those things where your dignity goes out the window, essentially. Just to be clear, you pooed in the shower in front of your mum?
And my husband.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Still married, Claire?
It is.
Still married?
Yes.
Look at that.
That's it.
Brought them closer together.
The family that poos together stays together, Sean. Everybody knows that saying. Natalie and Darch. Hi, Nat.
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Right,
Nat.
Are you? I suspect, being a Nat, that you're a hero. But are you? Which are you, hero or hypo?
Very true. Well, I was worried about being a hypochondriac, but turns out I was a hero. Yeah. So I've been putting up with a little bit of pain. Thought I pulled a muscle at the gym. Yeah. Didn't do much about it for about 4 days. Eventually thought I should maybe go to the doctor. He said, go have a scan. So I had an ultrasound, and they said, go back to emergency. You've got a ruptured appendix.
Oh.
So I was kind of sitting there thinking, but I've got a leg wax appointment. What am I going to do? So I went and had my leg waxed and bikini line waxed, and then waited for my husband to come home and take me to hospital.
No. A rupture, if it ruptures, that's an emergency, because the risk is you develop peritonitis, which is a really serious infection.
And
Massively.
the doctor told you
I know.
Straight to hospital.
Lots of people have told me off.
Nat? Yeah, okay, so you've crossed the line from... You're not a hypo, but you've crossed the line from hero to a bit stupid.
No. But you don't want to be like
I've never
Wookie.
been to hospital, never
Poor
had an
decision
operation.
making. Stupid's not fair.
Just
Poor
didn't
decision
want to make a fuss. Thought it was nothing serious.
Oh, man.
But, and then to make it even worse, I was in hospital for 4 days.
Yes.
And then I've been unwell. This is 4 weeks ago. Had a massive rash from head to toe, allergic to all the medication.
Oh, jeez, Nat.
Is this a recent thing that you did, Nat?
Yeah, 4 weeks ago.
Are you all good?
Fun.
No, she's good. She's a hero, mate.
She's
a
getting on with
hero,
it.
Ross.
Hero. Yeah.
Hero.
Already got the legs done. Got the gardening done downstairs. And good timing too, because it's so hot this week, you never know.
Sean.
Great
Yeah,
point.
I know. Covered in a rash, trying to moisturise up, so I'm feeling the heat.
Amazing. Thanks, Nat. Let's go to Monica. We've gone from Natalie to Monica. This is my full name. Hello, Monica.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Monica.
Are you a hero or are you a hypochondriac?
I would say a hero.
Okay.
So one day we went out as a group of nurses. I work as a nurse.
Yep.
And with my manager. So we went out on a night out, came back early hours of the morning. And as I got home, I was wearing my heels. I misstepped. Actually, when we were out, we were having discussions and everyone says, so what are you working tomorrow? And I said, I'm working in the morning. And the other one says, I'm working in the afternoon. Then my boss said, you better not ring in sick tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
So then I went home and I misstepped on a step as I was trying to get home in my heels.
Yep.
And I heard my bone crack, but I didn't pay attention to it much and went in because obviously I was a bit on the tipsy side.
Sure.
So went to bed.
Yeah.
Then I woke up in the morning. I was like, do I go to work? They're calling sick. Then I remember the conversation. I said to my boss, I'll come to work. Then I thought, if I don't go, they'll think it's because of last night.
Yes, of
so
course.
there's me dressing up, putting my shoes on. Then my leg was quite sore, so I took a bandage, rubbed my ankle up, wore my shoes, got to work. And within the next hour at work, I realized, honestly, I can't walk. I can't do it. It's just like... So then I went into ED because the hospital has an ED, of course. Did an X-ray. I actually had a fractured ankle.
Monica, you had a fractured ankle.
With a freshly fractured ankle.
Yep, I went to work and drove with a fractured ankle.
I mean, like,
That's
at least
because I wanted to prove that I can't fall in sick after a night out.
Yeah, and also...
They now know it's not a hangover.
That's right.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
proved
you-
yourself.
correct. Yeah.
You're a hero for an hour.
No, she's a hero, full stop. It's not time dependent.
You finish the shift.
I love that. Yeah. That's too good.
courage.
But, you know, when you're a bit tipsy the night before, you don't really notice it.
When you hear a bone, I heard my bone crack, Monty.
yeah.
She'll be right.
She'll be right.
Oh, that must have swelled up a lot.
I know.
Getting your shoe on would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, you're tough.
I know.
You are a hero, Monica. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Ross filling in for Nathan today, and Ross pulled a diva move, didn't you, Ross?
I did know, so I wasn't included in the coffee run, which is fine, and because I didn't respond to a text. But Sam said, I'll get it for you anyway. So no.
You made him do 2 trips.
But I said he doesn't have to. Sam, I appreciate you getting me my cappuccino. Do you want to say anything?
Well, if I didn't get it, things will start getting thrown around here.
Hell hath no fury.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's the really behind the looks thing that people really need to understand about Ross, don't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wrap it up.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Oh, cue the music. It's 7:45. Every week we seem to be celebrating somebody who's been on Home and Away forever.
It's amazing.
I know. This young lady, a lazy 25 years on Home and Away, playing Leah. Ada Nicodemou, good morning.
Morning.
What an amazing achievement, Ada. I know that, 25 years goes by in the blink of an eye, but when you first started out, when you first started as Leah, did you ever envisage you'd still be there 25 years later?
Absolutely not. No, I was, they asked me to come onto the show for 3 years, and I was just like, nope, just doing 6 months. That's all I'm doing. And 25 years later, and I'm still there.
Hey, Ada, after the first 6 months was what in your mind you were going to do, as you just said, was there a moment where there was a couple of times where you thought, I better start looking at something else? How did it work out that you kept staying?
Yeah, well, I didn't expect to love it, actually. So I was just I thought, look, I'll just go on for 6 months because I don't know what else I want to do. But I didn't think I'd enjoy it. So that's what I was really surprised about. And it has been like that ever since. Look, you always have your challenging moments from times, whether it's, you're just tired, you've been working too hard, or, but overall, no, it's been awesome. I can't believe it's actually been 25 years because
It's wild.
it doesn't feel like that either. It's really odd.
So, Ada, 25 years, a long time to be doing a lot of different storylines, and there has been some crackers in Home and Away over the years, some of the more ridiculous ones. Martha becomes a pole dancer.
Yeah, what, and?
Shane getting killed by blood poisoning from chicken wire, I believe.
That happens.
Homeless Miles being Sally's long-lost brother. Did you have a favourite ridiculous storyline?
Oh, look, I mean, I guess one that I did really, really love was, a couple of years ago, sort of Justin and Leah sort of getting kidnapped and, stuck in a warehouse somewhere and had to escape, and then he nearly dies, and then she eventually gets PTSD from it, and then she tries to stab him. Well,
sure.
That was
it's everyday life.
That was a great. No, but it was a great storyline because it went on for a really long time. But a lot of the time, it felt like it was like we were shooting a film.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was really special. And then, look, one of the ones I found really hard to deal with was when Lynn's character Irene and Leah, they were arguing and Leah slapped her.
Oh, how do you slap a national icon? How did you do that?
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised I didn't get heaps of hate. I mean, obviously not really slapping them.
Yes, I know, but still.
It's all sort of but still, you had to build up the emotion to do that. Lynn and I are such good mates, and also it wasn't in a studio; it was out at Palm Beach, and there was people watching. It was awful.
Busloads of tourists watching you.
How many times did you have to do it? I wouldn't imagine it was one take.
Oh, there was a few. It was a few, yeah. And we were both really anxious leading up to it as well. And it was just yucky stuff, you know. But yeah, I mean, you've got to go there sometimes. I mean, I really love, like, as much as, you know, everyone loves the drama, for me it's more the light stuff, or the odd, you know, when we do comedy or something like that, or they're the fun things. Because, look, I'm going to sound like an actor right now, but there's certain moments, and you can't describe them, but they're priceless when you get those moments between actors, and it's like no one else is there. Like, they're amazing. They're amazing to do.
One of the things Leah's been able to do is have many husbands along the journey. I think
many.
Four. Is 4 the right count?
Yes. Justin's number 4.
Did one end up in jail in witness protection, or what happened to that one?
Yep, that was the first one.
That was Vinny,
was the first one. That was Vinny, yeah. Then there was Dan, and Dan's unfortunately passed away.
Okay.
And then she was engaged, but that didn't happen. But she's been engaged quite a few times as well.
Well, she's a catch.
And then
It's a country town.
Does she get to keep the rings?
Come on. I don't know. We should do a storyline about that. Should we all, like, open up her jewelry boxes and saw these amazing diamonds?
That's
or we always joke about the sort of the mantle, you know, like the mantelpiece of like the dead husbands, you know, all the different photos.
That's right.
But yeah, look, she's supposedly been proposed to 13 times.
Wow.
Oh, what? What a catch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's flattering.
I know.
I mean, to be fair though, like, I'm from a country town, Ada, and you know, there is. If there's a catch in the country town, you know, everyone has a crack.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So and Leah is definitely sort of, you know.
She's hot stuff.
She's hot stuff. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Hey, Ada, what was it like? It must have been, I mean, bittersweet when Lynn McGranger announced that she was going to be leaving the Bay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Look, I'm happy for her because she's, you know, I mean, Lynn and I talk, and we've been talking for years, and, you know, it's something that's been on her mind. And I think when she finally made that decision, you know, it was the right decision, and she feels really good about it, and she's really excited about the next chapter of her life. On a personal note, though, like, I hate it. You know, it's like, you know, I've just lost an arm. You know, like she's home and away for me. You know, we share a dressing room together, we have lunch together, we go for walks together, we're in every scene, basically. Like, it's going to be weird. And it's been a lovely send-off, though. Like, we had her big do on Friday night, but she's doing her last scene on Wednesday, and I'll be in it. It's actually just the two of us. So I just think we're going to do a lot of ugly, you know, crying.
So you know how she's written out then? You know what the plot line is?
Yeah.
So she told us that she had some say in that, and we're not, obviously you can't tell us what it is, but are you satisfied? Do you think it's a worthy way
I think it's lovely.
for Irene to leave?
Yeah. I think they've done a really, really good job with it, and the writing's amazing, and it's emotional, and there's a whole lot of stuff that happens, but I think it's a really lovely send-off for her, and I think the fans will be, well, obviously they'll be very sad, but it's very Irene-focused.
Great.
Irene's going off to start her OnlyFans.
There you go.
Well, that's
seems
really
likely.
How did you know? How did you know?
I know a soul.
He's already subscribed. Well, it's a great achievement, 25 years, and many more to come.
Amazing.
I mean, you're still very young, Ada, so you could be doing this for, till you're Lynn's age. You know what I mean?
I hope I do it for another 25 years, honestly. I really do. So let's see.
Good on you, Ada.
Yeah. 25 years on Home and Away.
Great effort.
Achievement. Thank you, Ada.
Bye.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
You were made to meet halfway. Expedia were made to plan where halfway is. Expedia, made to travel.
Auckland, LA, Vegas.
Oh my God.
Nova's Red Room Global Tour, powered by Expedia. Let's go. Let me hear ya.
Listen to Jelly Roll's single, Liar, out now.
You ain't nothing but a liar.
Oh, everybody's talking about Nova's Red Room Global Tour powered by Expedia. It's amazing lineup. But on Friday,
Yes.
Shaun, while we were at lunch, this happened.
Hello, who's this?
Christina.
Do you like travelling, Christina?
I love it, darling.
Congratulations, Christina. You're coming on Nova's Red Room Global Tour with us.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Oh, my God, Christina.
Christina, hello.
Hello, good morning,
What
guys.
a time to be alive. So you got the call from Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel. And
I didn't believe it.
yeah,
Didn't
how good
believe
is
it.
that? So exciting. You've had the whole weekend to think about it. Is it getting real yet?
No, not yet, Nat, not yet. I keep thinking it's a wonderful dream. It's a wonderful dream. It's not real.
You're going everywhere, Christine. You're mentioning Post Malone in Vegas, one of your favourite. Have you told or worked out who you're taking, and have you told them?
Yeah, I have. And we both screamed so loud, I thought the neighbours were going to call the cops.
Unreal.
Who are you taking?
One of my friends, Mary.
Amazing.
Mary, she's great.
Christina and Mary are going to go wild in Vegas. Can you even imagine?
Oh, that is
Oh,
unreal.
yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can.
Christina, when we spoke to you on Wednesday, you told us to put you in the draw. You told us that the last concert you went to see was Kylie a few years ago. So you're going to be
That's
cramming in now 4 incredible shows in the space of just a week or two. So you're making up for lost time.
Believe it. I sure am. I can't wait. I just can't wait.
You're going to have the best time. So congratulations.
Oh,
Never been in
I
a
can't
situation
wait.
like this. This is quite
No.
incredible.
Yeah. Yep. That's how it's done, everybody. Well, Christina, you know, start packing in your mind. It's not too far away. So have a brilliant time and we might check in with you when you get back, okay?
Oh, wonderful. Thanks, guys. Love you guys. Thank you.
See, how good is that? That's how good it feels to have your name called out on Friday.
Oh, mate.
Time to put somebody else in the drawer. Who have we got here?
Kylie from Willerton. Come on down, Kylie.
Hi, Kylie.
Hey, how you going? Oh
We're
my
wonderful.
God, I can't believe this. I'm super excited.
I know, right? Like, it's one thing to get in the drawer, but imagine if on Friday you get the call just like Christina did. Can you even imagine that?
Oh my gosh, it would be one of my lifetime highlights ever. There's been nothing better.
All right, well.
Better than when Southlands did the redevelopment? Kylie?
Definitely. It would even be on par with like a honeymoon and everything. It would just be amazing.
What's the Noodle House?
Chin's Noodle House. No, that's in Leeming.
Oh,
but
sorry,
Chicken
my
Treat
apologies.
was down at, but the basketball stadium at Willerton's first class.
Okay, good to know. Kylie,
6155, everyone.
just to remind you of what the lineup is. So the first stop is Sydney, where there's an exclusive Nova's Red Room event. That is a surprise guest at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to love it. And then next up,
Gracie Abrams, Auckland. Then you're heading to LA, Dean Lewis. Finishing off in Vegas, Jelly Roll, Post Malone.
Woo!
Just imagine.
It's fantastic. I have never been to any of those places. I've barely been anywhere. Could really do with a holiday. It would be amazing.
All right, well, have your phone handy on Friday, Kylie, because Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel could be calling you back, okay?
I'm really looking forward to their call. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Good on you, Kyles. How good.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Feeling tired? It's time for a coffee run. Try Char Time's new coffee range. Iced latte, iced long black, and iced brown sugar cookie latte.
All right, up for grabs is $1,000 cash to celebrate the launch of the new Char Time coffee drinks range. How good?
Not to be sneezed at. 2 competitors this morning. One's Olivia from Singleton. Morning, Liv.
Hey, how you going?
Great, Olivia. You're up against Anne-Marie from Melville. Morning, Anne-Marie.
Good morning.
All right. You sound like you've had your coffee already, Anne-Marie. Just going to put that out there. Is that true?
I've had 2.
Woo! That's good. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We've got 2 categories that relate to a coffee order. Olivia, because you called through first, you get to choose which category. Okay, so on the one hand, you can order the Americano, which is questions about famous Americans, i.e. iconic people from the USA. So there's that one, or
espresso, fast facts, in fact, trivia about speed, records and quick things.
All right, Olivia, what's it going to be? Which order would you like, Americano or espresso?
I'll go the Americano, please.
Americano, that's my coffee order. You're welcome. All right, so Olivia, all of your questions are going to be about the Americano range. Anne-Marie, yours are the espresso coffee order. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to take turns answering questions, but you will only answer the questions from your category. It is the first to get 5, or we just keep going until we run out of questions, and then we'll see who's got the most at that point. Okay?
Yep.
All right, Olivia. Which famous civil rights leader delivered the I Have a Dream speech in 1963?
Martin Luther King.
You're correct, Olivia, on the board. Well
Fantastic.
done.
Over to you, Anne-Marie. Here is your question. What is the fastest land animal?
The cheetah.
Can't change the spots.
All right. What's the score check, Ross?
1-1.
Good
All
stuff,
right.
Ross. Thank you.
Olivia, who was the first African-American president of the United States?
Barack Obama.
Of course it was.
Anne-Marie, your fast fact. Who holds the record for the fastest 100-metre sprint?
Is it Usain Bolt?
Boom.
Of course it is. Score check.
2-2.
It's a tight tussle. Olivia, who is the founder of the Ford Motor Company and revolutionised the automobile industry with mass production?
Oh, my goodness. I'm unsure. I'm sorry.
It was Henry Ford. No point there.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Over to Anne-Marie now. Anne-Marie, which insect can fly the fastest?
Oh, not multiple choice?
No.
That would have been easier. You're right.
Yeah, you can choose from all of the insect world.
What's one that comes to mind?
Which one?
Dragonfly.
Well done.
That's correct. Anne-Marie, where'd you pull that from?
Well, I'm not going to say on air.
You can. It's that kind of show.
3-2 to Anne-Marie. 2 off it. Anne-Marie?
Okay, next question, Olivia. Which American president is famous for his Gettysburg Address and led the country through the Civil War?
Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I wouldn't know. I'm sorry.
It was Abraham Lincoln.
I was about to...
I know,
But you did
bummer.
know.
Okay, no point there.
Moving on to Anne-Marie. Which popular video game character is known for his incredible speed and iconic red shoes?
Mario Brothers.
Incorrect.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah. You're thinking of Mario, weren't you?
Score check, Ross.
Is red or is Luigi red?
It
doesn't matter because it was wrong, Shaun.
Oh, no.
Score check. Anne-Marie at 3. Olivia is at 2.
Okay, next question, Olivia. Which American actor starred as Indiana Jones in the iconic film series?
Harrison Ford.
Is correct. Well done.
Anne-Marie, your question. Which car manufacturer made the fastest production car known for its speed and style?
Let's go for the Lamborghini.
It is not
Correct.
the Lamborghini. It's the Bugatti. With the uppity doors.
Score check.
3 apiece.
3 apiece. It's tied up again. Okay, Olivia, next question. Which iconic American singer is known as the Queen of Pop and was famous for hits like a Virgin and Vogue?
Madonna.
Of course it's Madonna. Well done, Liv.
Over to you, Anne-Marie. Which famous superhero can move so fast he can run on water and travel through time?
Travel in time and what? Run on water?
Yes.
Yes, move so fast.
What was
The
it?
Flash.
It is the Flash. Well done.
4 apiece.
4 apiece. This is tight. Okay. Next question, Olivia. Which American basketball player is often regarded as the greatest player of all time and played for the Chicago Bulls in the 90s?
Derek Rose?
Derek Rose
Are
did
you
play for
serious?
the Chicago Bulls, and his jumper was recently hung from the rafters,
But
Natalie.
have you heard of an up-and-comer called Michael Jordan?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, Michael Jordan.
I know.
This is for the win.
No point. Anne-Marie, you get this right, you win.
Anne-Marie, your question. Which online store is known for offering fast delivery with its Prime membership?
Amazon?
She's gone and done it. Anne-Marie, $1,000 cash to celebrate the launch of the new Char Time coffee drinks range is all yours. Well done.
Oh, my God. Fantastic. Thank you.
Good
It was
game.
a battle royale, though. Well done, Olivia. You can hold your head high.
Pushed it to the wire.
Yeah, that's right. It went down to the wire. We're playing again tomorrow. Another $1,000 on the line for Coffee Run.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I've been in New York. What? You've been in New York?
I've been in New York
You
and I
wanna go
loved
again?
it. I could live in New York. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can get around so easy. The best part about New York for me, as being a simple person, Natalie, was knowing once someone gives you an address, it's easy to find. 'cause
Yeah, the
everything's
streets
got a
are
number.
mostly numbered. Yeah. Have you been, Ross?
Yeah, I went as a 21, 22-year-old, so we just went there,
Oh, was it on that same trip where you went to Mexico?
I told you we cannot. It was technically yes, but that is not.
Did you get arrested in New York?
No, it wasn't New York. It's not a New York story, so I won't go into it.
Oh, did you go and see any? You're not a sports guy, but did you go out to those great stadiums?
Yankee Stadium?
No, we stayed in Harlem, and all we did was go out at night and have a couple of drinks and It was New Year's Eve actually. New Year's Eve was snowing, freezing.
Yeah.
Cheap drinks and it was a rat bag back then. So that's hence the later Mexican jail story. Can we go to traffic?
We didn't mention you went to jail in Mexico, but you're the one that just mentioned it then, yeah.
If that happened. It wasn't for long if it happened. It was like a one-nighter. Just like a misdemeanor.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
It's irrelevant. Don't worry about it.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
There's a story going around on TV at the moment, Shaun. And this strikes true for you because you're involved in this area of life a lot.
Well, I think for everyone, but just take it back to, so we've got TVs in here and at the moment it's on Sunrise, right? So there was a reporter. Yes. She's doing an interview. She's pulled out some stat or something, Nat, and it's to do with washing your active gear.
So the question was,
That's her story for the day.
How often should you wash your activewear? And it's like,
we're like, what?
After you've worn it. Like that's what activewear is used for exercise, right? So you're sweating in it, things are getting festy. Wash it.
No, I jumped in here off air because there's a couple of different types of activewear. If you got your normal T-shirts or stuff like that, they're not designed for it. That's going to get sweaty and it's going to stink. So one hit, you're gone, right? But stuff like that, Lululemon, right?
Are you washing your wife's gear?
It fits really well. No, years
you love
ago,
those bike pants, don't you?
She worked there, and so I got a couple of things. And this is from about 4 or 5 years ago. If it's the right material, yes, if you're doing a bike ride or something and you get sweaty, one wear. But if you're doing like weights, you're not getting super sweaty. This material won't be very smelly, and it just absorbs like nothing really. It's cool, and then it doesn't smell. And I reckon you get 2 to 3.
You know it's full of your sweat.
But the sweat is like not much when you're doing that type of work.
You're not lifting hard enough.
Sorry,
Ross?
2 to 3, Ross.
Yeah,
that's disgusting. First of all,
you do it you smell it just to make sure.
Well, I mean, that's what that story was saying. That once it starts to smell, that's when you need to wash it. And I'm like,
bang on the money.
I think just wash it once you've worn it.
Are you talking about your pants as well? So you having a sniff of the crutch to see if
Shaun, I'm not sniffing the crutch. The shorts, yeah, they're probably more washable. It's more the singlets and stuff like that. But they last a couple of days before they get smelly.
When you're at the gym, do people avoid you?
Now that you mention it.
It's just a little circle.
Here's another question.
Exclusion zone around you.
Do you, and this goes for you, Nat, do you wear the shorts that have the
mesh?
Like the built-in mesh?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Do you wear jocks with them?
Wait, why does this go for me?
Don't the chicks have that kind of stuff too?
Do you have mesh undies, Nat? Oh,
mesh undies in
I'm
there?
not trying to lift up my
wait a second.
twig and berries.
You don't wear underpants with mesh shorts?
No, I've got some other ones, some other brand that have got like built-in jocks, and there's so much more freedom.
So what you're saying is like a lycra kind of.
I wouldn't say lycra.
Okay, if you're on the bench press, you got those shorts on.
Yeah.
And you're doing
Don't
it. Is
bench press in them.
is there a chance you got the Frank and beans?
No, they're solid as a rock.
What is?
Don't say that either. That's not good. Don't do that.
The old Bruce Rock, eh?
Okay. It's my dad's birthplace. Leave him out of it. So
I'm. By the way, I'm washing my stuff. Well,
One wear.
I'm washing it.
one wear, Ross.
I sweat like a demon.
If it doesn't, well, it's about the sweat. It's
I
about.
also prefer not to sniff my clothes after I've worn them.
Well, it's just the top one. It's not the crutch one. Thank you, Shaun. But it's just all about smell, because if it smells, it's smelly and dirty. If it doesn't, it's not.
It's fresh as a daisy.
That's simple.
Let's go again.
Yeah. Bit of deodorant on. Away we go.
Does your school, your elite private school that you went to, gave you a medal for being like the distinguished
give back
dude of the year?
Yeah.
It's an amazing honour. Like Twiggy Forrest won at one time. Do they know about this? Because I think they might want their medal back after this.
Don't think anyone knew about it at this moment. And I'm highly regretting it. I thought you'd agree with me. No,
do they know about the Mexican prison?
Definitely didn't know.
What's that? Ring, ring. Oh, Hale's on the line.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Time for us to get out of here, eh? What a great day's work we've put in today.
The Seabass is going to be joining us tomorrow, which is going to be good value. Saw her at the footy yesterday. She was boundary side.
Oh, was she? Kath Cox as well, speaking of netballers.
Another chance at $1,000 with coffee run.
That's cool, Ross.
Money's good.
Plus, we're all on a high from Christina from Yokine, scoring a spot in Nova's Global Red Room powered by Expedia. She's definitely going. So she won that on Friday. She got the call back from Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel, and she's pretty happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
Every Friday, new winner.
I know. So more opportunities to get in the running for that.
Mm-hmm. With Sam, who's
Hello,
up
Sam.
next. Morning.
Hey, morning all. Yeah, we'll be calling people back all day today. So if you haven't entered, do it on the Nova player. Get on Quick Smart.
Now, Sam, let's talk about your little adventure you went on over the weekend.
Oh, hello. Yes. People can't see, of course, but I'm hopefully a couple shades darker.
No, I noticed that this morning.
Yeah, look at your tan. Your fake tan, yeah?
Yeah, little whirlwind
Bit
trip.
of Bondi Sands. What happened?
It was no natural sun. I was up in Exmouth for a few days. How's this? Flew up on Wednesday after the show with you guys.
Yeah.
Scooped up. That was out of Carnarvon. So flew to Carnarvon, scooped up and was in Exmouth by Wednesday night. And then Thursday all day swimming with the manta rays up there and the turtles. So,
yeah, turtles. Did you see there's been a couple of people who were bitten by sharks over the weekend as well?
Nibbled. They were nibbled.
It was only a nibble. Luckily, not us. We didn't go with the whale sharks. They were, and the stuff like that. It's crazy. So much going on, but we stuck to the turtles and a little bit closer in. Yeah.
So what bays did you go to? Did you go to Oyster Stacks?
We went past Oyster Stacks and Turquoise Bay for a little look one of the days, and then the tour we went actually left out of Coral Bay, so it was right on the Ningaloo Reef, and nice few days in the sun and the swim.
Sam, how much did you put across the bar at Whalebone Brewery?
No, that and actually froth on the Wednesday night. Had locals night, so that was a nice night out.
They do stand-up comedy on some of those nights as well.
Yeah, us trying to pick up the backpackers in the bar, that was stand-up comedy. Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.